So every year I try to make a video for that year's graduating class in Hawaii because graduation is a really big deal in Hawaii. So this year I wanted to continue that tradition and we're just out here taking some nice photos. So thought it'd be a good time to make a video about that. And I want to talk about failure. And really my advice to this class of 2022 who has been through so much in the past couple of years is don't be afraid to fail. And I want to share an example of me failing what I think is pretty hard, and hopefully they can be encouraged, because I noticed that the older you get, that fear of failure actually starts to increase. At least that's how it's been for me. When I was younger, I just kind of went for things and I didn't really worry about it as much. But now as an adult, I have a lot more things, I guess, to risk or to lose. And so that fear of failure is just a lot greater. So I'd say the biggest failure of my life was right after I graduated college. Not high school, but college. I graduated in 4 years from the University of Northern Colorado. I had 2 degrees and a minor and a 3.6 or something GPA. I was cruising through school. And so I thought upon graduation, I would just be given this wonderful job that would pay like $50,000, which at the time I thought was a lot of money. Looking back, that's not really gonna cut it here anymore. But back then I thought that was a lot of money. But I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do. I was still kind of searching, and for some reason, I decided that I would go to seminary school. And if you don't know what seminary school is, it's basically like a school for like pastors, people who want to go further into like ministry and church. And I thought, oh, this looks pretty easy. Why not just go for it? So I applied, I got in, and I packed up all my things and I drove from Colorado all the way to Oregon, where I was now enrolled in George Fox Seminary. Never seen the school, barely knew anything about it, but I just figured, it's gonna be easy. I'm gonna be out of here in 2 years. I'm gonna have a degree in theology. Oh, what is that? Oh, of some kind. And I thought, then what am I gonna do? I don't know. But I decided that, I just go for it and see where it took me. So I get there and I'm thinking, I'm gonna ace this. Like 2 years, I'm gotta be the smartest kid in this class. And after a couple of classes, I soon realized that this was a lot harder than I thought originally. And there's a lot of things that go into this, just graduate school in general, but I just was not prepared as a student, as a person. I was just totally unprepared. When I went to my advisor at the school, it was a really tough discussion. I remember being in her office and I was crying, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. I don't wanna drop out, I don't wanna quit, but it wasn't the right fit for me. And so eventually I withdrew. And that was a huge failure for me. And I didn't know what I was gonna do. Was I gonna go back to Hawaii? Was I going to go back to Colorado? Was I just gonna live in Oregon? And because I signed a year lease and I had nowhere else to go, I was stuck in Portland for a year. And over the course of that year, I took on several different jobs. At the time, I had 2 jobs. I was working at the writing center, and I was also working at this supermarket in Portland called Uwajimaya. It was an Asian supermarket, and they served like a lot of Hawaii stuff, surprisingly, but just like a lot of different Asian foods. And I remember constantly being asked by people who worked there, when they asked about me, why are you working here? You graduated from college. And I felt so bad. I worked at Pottery Barn Kids. I worked at Barnes & Noble in the bookstore. I worked at a zoo, and I was just trying to pay the bills. And it was so fortunate that I had like food stamps and other assistance, because if not, I wouldn't have made it. And so what looked like a failure was actually a blessing in disguise. It was the most humbling year that I had. I mean, here I was, I thought I was this amazing graduate and I deserved a huge job and a house and all these wonderful things. And during that year, as I was opening boxes and cleaning up after animals, and I was loading furniture into people's cars, assembling furniture, all these different things, as I was doing that, I learned humility through that failure. And even this video, I tried to film it yesterday. I failed. It was embarrassing.
Pretty bad.
I was walking around and it was just not coming together. I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but it's hard to make these videos sometimes. And it was just not coming together and I didn't like it. That was a failure and I felt like giving up. But yet here I am out here and it's beautiful, right? It's a wonderful day. And I'm still trying. And that's the thing about failure is a lot of it is reactionary. You know, it's like you can fail and you can just stop. But I'd encourage you to keep on going. That resiliency that you gain by continuing on even after you fail, like that's so important, not just in the job market, but just in life in general. For the most part, you're not gonna succeed. You know, this isn't like where you're gonna win every single time and maybe society portrays that image of you're gonna win every single time, but the fact is you're not gonna win at most things. Sorry, hate to break it to you, but that's okay. You don't have to win every single time. In fact, the times that you don't win are the better times. So I say get out there, try things that you're interested in. You're gonna fail, but don't be afraid to, because when you get older, like I said, when you fail, when you get older, the consequences are a lot greater. I think about this YouTube channel when I first started. I didn't know what I was doing. Sometimes I still don't really know what I'm doing as I'm filming, but you just gotta keep on going and keep continuing on. And it's working through that failure, working through those moments where, yeah, it's not perfect. That's what's really gonna build that character. And I don't know too many other ways that we can build up humility other than through failure. I mean, maybe some people have that incredible ability to just manifest humility through success, but I would say for most of us, we do have to fail in order to get that. And humility is such an important thing these days. So I encourage you, when you get out there, and if you do end up failing, it's okay. Try to be encouraged and just know that you can still try again. And so to the class of 2022, congratulations. I know graduation is a big deal. Things have been crazy for you guys. I know. It's been tough here in Hawaii with masks and all the things, right? All the things that we've had in the past couple of years. And your class was right in the middle of it. It's also hard for me to imagine that it's been almost 20 years since I graduated from high school. And geez, the time goes by so quickly, yet while you're in it, it's going by so slowly sometimes. So enjoy it while you can. Hope you guys get out there and don't be afraid to fail. Whatever it is that you want to do, whether it's work related or relationship related or just personal development, just get out there and don't worry about it. Just don't be afraid to fail, because you're gonna learn something from that failure. Worst case scenario, you're gonna learn something from that failure. Best case scenario, you just got what you dreamed of. So thanks for watching and aloha.
No, it's popping for hello.